2016 or 14 if I am not wrong. So his vertebral artery basically was damaged, okay, due to bouncer. So now that's why cricketer are using sport with helmet which is fully extended to the lower portion of the neck. So this is very sensitive region because vertebral artery ascends through this region, okay, remember please. So this is a vertebral artery. So right branches of the subclavian artery, subclavian artery branches. So from first part, first artery is the vertebral artery. Second is the thyrocervical trunk, and this thyrocervical trunk, thyro mean thyroid, cervical mean neck, thyrocervical trunk, these arteries will supply to thyroid and neck muscle. We will discuss these arteries when we will discuss head and neck, okay. Here you should remember the names of these branches, okay. And then third artery is the very important, this artery is the internal thoracic artery. Internal thoracic artery, very important artery. Internal thoracic artery, it supply to internal structure of the thoracic, this cage. It supply to your mammary gland, it supply to the pericardium, it supply to the diaphragm muscle, and it supply to the anterior 5 intercostal spaces, okay, remember. So internal thoracic artery, this is also called as internal mammary artery. And this artery graft is nowadays commonly used in the coronary artery bypass surgery. And a vein which graft is also commonly used is the great saphenous vein in coronary artery bypass grafting. So you must remember please, okay. So internal thoracic artery branches like perforating arteries also supply to your breast, okay. And then second part, so these are branches of the internal thoracic artery from first part. From second part, two branches. Second part give two branches, costocervical trunk and deep cervical artery. Second part of the subclavian artery give two branches, costocervical trunk. Costo mean ribs, okay. Costocervical trunk, these artery branches supply to basically posterior intercostal spaces and to also the cervical region, okay. Deep cervical artery to the deep muscular triangles of the neck also, okay. From first part I have told that internal thoracic artery is very important artery. We will discuss internal thoracic artery and its branches in detail. We will discuss blood supply of the thoracic. And internal thoracic artery is also a important artery because it's used in the coronary artery bypass grafting also, okay. And it also supply to your breast, it supply to the diaphragm muscle, mediastinal structures, and also it supply to anterior 6 intercostal spaces through anterior intercostal arteries, okay. And in intercostal arteries also participate in the blood supply of the breast. Then third part usually give no branch, okay. So this subclavian artery continues as axillary artery from outer border of the first rib, okay, remember. Subclavian artery, it ends at outer border of the first rib, whether this is right subclavian or the left subclavian. I have told branches will be same. So subclavian artery ends at outer border of the first rib. From outer border of first rib, subclavian artery continues as axillary artery. So let's suppose this is outer border of first rib, outer or lateral border, okay. Same thing, outer border of first rib. This subclavian artery now continues as axillary artery. Subclavian artery now continues as axillary artery because now this is present in the axillary region, okay. So subclavian artery, remember, continues as axillary artery from outer border of first rib. So axillary artery is not a branch of the subclavian artery. Axillary artery is the continuation of the subclavian artery from outer border or lateral border of the first rib. Remember please, okay? And then this axillary artery next continues as brachial artery. We will discuss later, but first we will discuss the branches of the axillary artery. And the axillary artery, because it's present here in the axillary region, and it divided also into three parts with the help of pectoralis minor muscle. Remember, this is the pectoralis major, and behind pectoralis major is the pectoralis minor, and just behind pectoralis minor, this artery, axillary artery, lies in the axillary region. So this artery divides into three parts with the help of which muscle? Pectoralis minor muscle. And this artery was divided into three parts with the help of scalenus anterior muscle. Remember, okay? So this muscle is the pectoralis. These are very important MCQs for your exams, okay? Pectoralis minor muscle. Pectoralis minor muscle divide axillary artery into three parts. So from first part, this is second part and this is third part. So write branches of the axillary artery. Branches of axillary artery. Branches of axillary artery from first part. From first part, axillary artery gives single branch which is called as superior thoracic or highest thoracic artery. Highest thoracic artery or superior thoracic artery, and from second part it gives two branches. It gives two branches which are very important because also supply to breast, okay? Second part of axillary artery give thoracoacromial and lateral thoracic artery. Thoracoacromial artery and lateral thoracic artery, okay? And from third part, first part I have told single artery, second part two arteries, third part anterior plus posterior circumflex humeral arteries and subscapular artery. So third part anterior and posterior circumflex humeral arteries and subscapular arteries. So these are the branches of the axillary artery. So here you should must remember very important MCQs for your exams and very important for your clinical life as well. That I have told you that these arteries, the second part branches of the axillary artery like thoracoacromial and lateral thoracic arteries. Let's suppose these two arteries. Why these are very important? Because these arteries participate in the blood supply of the breast. In female, the most common cancer is the breast cancer. So you people know that this is the axillary region, yes? So axillary lymph nodes present here. So in case of the carcinoma of the breast, these lymph nodes will be enlarged, swell, because they have to work more, they have to drain more contaminated material from the tissues of the breast. So these lymph nodes will be enlarged. So let's suppose these are the axillary lymph nodes. So in case of the carcinoma of the breast, now these lymph nodes are enlarged. So when these lymph nodes will be enlarged, and let's suppose here is your breast and it receives blood supply. I have told that this is the internal thoracic artery and branches of internal thoracic artery like perforating artery, okay? So internal thoracic artery branch which is a perforating artery, and through axillary artery receive blood supply through the lateral thoracic artery and thoracoacromial artery, and also internal intercostal arteries also participate in the blood supply of the breast. So if in case of the carcinoma of the breast, when these lymph nodes are enlarged, because they have to work more, they will swell, they will be enlarged, these arteries will be blocked because of the obstruction, because of the large size of the lymph nodes. So compensatory blood supply will be through these perforating artery, which is a branch of the internal thoracic artery and intercostal arteries. So remember, this is a very important MCQs, that what is the compensatory blood supply of the breast tissue or mammary gland when there is lymphadenopathy in case of the carcinoma of the breast, and when there is the obstruction of the branches which are arteries which are the branches of the axillary artery like thoracoacromial and lateral thoracic artery. So compensatory blood supply is coming through the internal thoracic artery through perforating and through intercostal arteries. Next we will continue the brachial artery. Okay, thank you, see you in next video.